Hi students, hope everyone is fine and safe. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all to my new video. And today's video is about the subject short range wireless communication. From today, we're going to start new lecture series for this particular subject, short range wireless communication. And in this video, we're going to see the introduction about this particular subject and the main objective of the subject. Why is that you want to study this particular subject? Right, before going to this video, I would like to set up a clear expectation about this particular subject. This subject is an open elective subject and it is very easiest subject. Even though syllabus is a bit vast, you can study very easily. The only challenge which we have is since it is an open elective, it will be opted by all department students. For example, CSE students, IT, and biotech students even opted this particular open elective subject. So the only challenge here is even if it is an ECE student, they'll be very comfortable with this particular subject because they know the basics about communication, the terminologies which is used in communication. But from students from other streams, you'll have a bit difficult to understand those terminologies since you'll hear it for the first time. But don't worry, what we're going to do is we're going to just start with basics of communication so that everyone can understand what is communication, what is modulation. You'll be familiar with all these terms: modulation, frequency division multiplexing, multiple access techniques, sampling, quantization, everything. So if you understand all these basic concepts, then it will be very easy for you to get into this subject, right? So with this, I'll start this particular video. And the very foremost thing you have to know about this particular subject, why you want to study this particular subject, short range wireless communication, right? And to know that, you have to understand one particular thing. Right now, the number of devices which is connected to the internet, right, it is increasing day by day. And if you take like 15 years back, right, the only device that can be connected to the internet is your laptop or your computers, right? But right now, we have a lot of gadgets with ourselves, right? We have Bluetooth headsets, we have mobiles, right? And we have smartwatches, lot of devices. So each and every day, the number of devices that's getting connected to internet is increasing, which means the short range communication devices it's keep on increasing, right? So the main objective of this particular subject is you have to be familiar about this latest technologies, this short range communication techniques, right? And say for example, like maybe 10 years, 15 years back, like we will have only car, right? We will be able to hear audio system, video system in that. But right now, you can able to connect Bluetooth, you can able to connect Wi-Fi, all the things, even in single car, you can do, you can connect all these devices, correct? And even smart homes, we have a lot of sensors. By just by entering into the rooms, we can turn on the lights, turn off the lights, like that. The number of devices is keep on increasing, right? And the importance for this short range communication is increasing day by day. So in this particular subject, you will learn about all the short range communications. Especially, you will learn about the Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, UWB technologies, RFID, all those technologies. You will learn how it works, what are the new devices, everything, right? That is the main objective of this particular subject. And apart from it, you will also learn very important aspects of transceivers, uh, transmitters, receivers, and what are the new devices, modulation techniques, antennas, which is used for short range communication. All these things you will study in this particular subject, right? And we will also see the syllabus which you're going to study in this particular subject. Before that, these are the well-known short-range communications which we right now use, right? And each and every technologies, if you take Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, Zigbee, everything has its own applications. And we are familiar about Bluetooth devices, how it works, and we also know Wi-Fi. We use Wi-Fi to connect to the internet with connecting devices. We have Zigbee, where using Zigbee we can able to connect different sensor networks very easily. Similarly, 6LoWPAN is another important short-range communications, and very importantly, UWB, right? UWB is ultra-wideband technology where this plays a very vital role right now, even in iPhones which you have, right? You have U1 integrated chip, which is based upon UWB technology, where you can able to localize your device, right? You can able to track your device. All this possible in your iPhone. That's because of UWB technology, and you are familiar with RFID as well. So you will study about all these technologies here, right? And the one important thing is almost all this uh, technologies work in ISM band, right? Most of this technologies works in ISM band except UWB, where the ISM band, you know that in radio frequency, you have a lot of, it's been spread into different range of frequencies, and in ISM band, it is 2.4 gig. So most of these technologies work under this particular frequency, 2.4 gigahertz, and maybe Wi-Fi. The latest Wi-Fi also covers 5 gigahertz, 6 gigahertz. UWB is very latest technology where it covers from 3.1 gigahertz to 10.6 gigahertz, right? And like that, each and every short range technologies has its own frequency range and coverage range as well. And depending upon the coverage range, we have different applications, right? So this is just a small introduction about this particular subject. And in this subject, you will study 5 different units where you will study about the wireless systems, you will study about transmitters, receivers, different standards, even optical technologies, all these things. In unit 1, you will study about basics of short range communication, where you will study about different short range communications like WLAN, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and Zigbee, UWB, all those things you will study, right? You will study about in and out of all those technologies. So it will be very interesting unit. And unit 2, you will study about antennas that is going to support this short range communication, and what are the modulation techniques that is going to be used in this particular devices. That is what you're going to study in unit 2. You can see the types of antennas, antenna characteristics, and you study about modulation techniques and modulation types. And in unit 3, you will study about transceivers, right? Transceivers. We call it as transceivers, but it is actually transreceivers. That is, it will act as transmitter and as well as receiver. So here you will study about different transmitters, different receivers, what are the different types of receivers, all those things you will study in this particular subject, in this particular unit, right? And unit 4, it is very simplest unit where you will study about different wireless standards, right? What are the different standards that is followed, the regulations which is followed in different countries, all those things you will study in unit 4. And unit 5, once again, it's a very interesting unit where you will study about optical wireless technologies, right? Optical wireless technologies, you will study about the techniques which is followed in optical wireless technologies. What are the different techniques, different modulation techniques, transmitters, receivers, all those things, right? This is what you're going to study in all these 5 units, right? And coming to prescribed books, I would recommend you people to use the prescribed author books. In this video, in description, I'll give the downloadable link to download all these books except the 4th book. You have these 3 books links in the description of the video. So please use that books so that you can score more marks. And the key, everything will be based upon the prescribed author books. So if you follow the prescribed author books, it will be very good. You can able to score marks and you can able to gain more knowledge, right? And uh, that is the objective of this particular video, where I want to give just an introduction and the objective of this particular subject. And apart from it, I'll also touch the characteristics of short range. Like I've said, what is short range communication? By this time, you'll know what is communication actually and what is wireless communication. We are not going to use any particular wire. Without wire, if you're going to transmit a signal, that is called as wireless transmission. And if it is short range wireless communication, we're going to do a wireless transmission with this very short range, maybe indoor operation. For that only we see a lot of different technologies like Zigbee, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, all those things. And the main characteristics of these short-range communications is the R of power varies from several microwatts to milliwatts, and the communication range starts from several centimeters to 100 meters. These are the very common characteristics for any short range communication. And most of the short range communications are indoor operation. And we have right now small antennas which can able to radiate all the directions, which is called as omnidirectional antenna. And the construction and the cost is also very low. Very importantly, we can able to access the frequency, the unlicensed version of the frequency bands and non-critical bandwidth specifications, UHF operation, ultra high frequency operation that is possible, and very importantly, it is mobile. That is, each and every device which we use right now, which we transmit wirelessly, is going to be a mobile device where it is going to be a battery operated device. All those are characteristics of short range communication. And I have already said most of the short range communication is working in this ISM band, which is 2.4 gig. And you can see these are the different applications, short range radio applications and its characteristics, where you can see the frequency, most of the frequencies covers in this ISM band, right? And for security system, you can see the characteristics of it. And for medical alarm systems, the frequency ranges is this. And for RFID, even it covers 2.4 gig. And WLAN, it also covers 900 megahertz to 2.4 gigahertz. So almost all this wireless application, most of the wireless applications covers the ISM band, and the application, the characteristics is more or less similar, but the only thing is the range between devices and between technology varies, and because, depending upon the range, we can use it for different applications, right? So that is what I want you to tell in this particular video. So today what we have seen is we have just seen the introduction about short range wireless communication. I've just why you want to study about this particular subject, and I also explained about different units that you want to study in this particular subject. Thank you, my dear students.